الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين وأفضل الصلاة وأتم التسليم على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. اللهم علمنا ما ينفعنا وانفعنا بما علمتنا وزدنا علما وعملا متقبلا يا أرحم الراحمين. Today is the 4th day of Ramadan. SubhanAllah. May Allah accept our siyam and qiyam. So, to continue with our 4th Khadra with al-Fatiha, we said when you recite the Quran from any place, from the beginning of the surah or the middle of the surah, what do you say? You say, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. And we said this is not an ayah from the Quran. But Allah commanded us in the Quran, in Surah Al-Nahl, فإذا قرأت القرآن فاستعذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Second, we said بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم means what? Who was attending? There's a test. Don't think it's just like this.
I seek refuge.
I seek refuge
From Allah.
from Allah. They say I seek refuge in Allah or I seek refuge with Allah from
Shaitan.
الرجيم. What does الرجيم mean? رجيم cursed. المطرود من رحمة الله. المرجوم الملعون المبعد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. We said بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم is an ayah in the beginning of each surah except for Surah At-Tawbah. What does بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم mean? What does it mean? In the name of Allah,
The most merciful.
the most gracious, the most merciful. What does it mean in the name of Allah? What does that mean? In the name of Allah, what? Bismillah. There must be a verb or a noun. I start with the name of Allah. I start seeking the help of Allah, seeking the blessings of the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most loving, the most caring, subhanahu wa ta'ala, the most merciful. Ar-Rahman, Rahman, Ar-Rahman fi dunya li jami' al-khalq. He's most gracious and most merciful and most caring in this world to all people, Muslims and non-Muslims. But in the hereafter, he is Ar-Rahim. وَكَانَ بِالْمُؤْمِنِينَ رَحِيمًا. Rahim only for the believers. Bismillah ar-Rahmani ar-Rahim. Then we said, Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. All praise and thanks be to Allah, the Lord, cherisher, fosterer, sustainer, master of the creation. Right? We explained this. Then he said, subhanahu wa ta'ala, Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim again. So after telling you he is the master, then don't be afraid. He is the master, but don't think he is like some other masters who enslave or who oppress their slaves. No. He is the most loving and caring, the most merciful, subhanahu wa ta'ala. Ar-Rahman Ar-Rahim. And today we start Maliki Yawmiddin. In another qira'ah, one of the two readings I read to my sheikh was Maliki Yawmiddin. You say Maliki Yawmiddin. Of course, a Muslim cannot just hear, I heard that Qari is saying Maliki Yawmiddin, then he start reading Maliki Yawmiddin. No. This is a whole qira'ah that you have to get from a sheikh and to be certified with it so that you can read with it. You cannot just get a word or a recording from YouTube or somewhere and you hear the sheikh is reading this way, then you read it this way. No, the Quran cannot be gotten this way. You have to learn the whole qira'ah from the sheikh. So we have in Islam, as you know, in the Quran we have 10 qira'at, 10 diverse or multiple readings to the Quran. All of them are mutawatir, means we got them through generation from the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. They are all Quran, but the most common narration, الرواية المنتشرة أكثر شيء هي حفص عن عاصم. Okay, there is Shu'ba عن عاصم, there is Ibn Amir, there is Duri, there is Warsh, etc. So Ibn Amir, for example, this is one of the two readings I read, Maliki Yawmiddin. Get this point and keep it in your mind about the qira'at of the Quran. The qira'at of the Quran are of two types. القراءات في القرآن الكريم نوعين. النوع الأول, first type, different ways of pronouncing the same word, because we had different Arabic tribes, different Arab tribes. For example, some Arabs will say وَالضُّحَى, some Arabs will say وَالضُّحِي, and some Arabs will say وَالضُّحِي. Some Arab will say, for example, Imran, and in one of the qira'at I read, Imrain. Okay? Some Arab will say Al-Mu'minun, and some Arabs will say Al-Mu'minun. These differences do not change the meaning in any way, right? It's just accent, right? Water, water, right? Right? British, they say water. American, they say water, right? Close. So, different accents, different way of expressing the same word, but doesn't change the meaning. Why is this? Why you think? To make it easier for people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, again, the most merciful. To make it easier for the tribes. Someone is used to read this way all his life. It's difficult to let all people, you have to read this way. No, Allah made it easy, subhanahu wa ta'ala. This is the first type of the qira'ah, or the qira'at. اختلاف اللهجات في اللفظ نفسه. The same pronunciation, the same word, but different accent, different way of saying it. Second type of al-qira'at is two different words. They give two different meanings, but not contradictory meanings. Like this example. Maliki is different from Maliki. This doesn't mean some tribes they say Maliki and some tribes they say Maliki. No, no. This is not different accents. These are different words. So the scholars say these are just like two ayat. كأنهما آيتان تعطيان معنيين مختلفين لكن غير متضادين. Not contradictory meanings. This gives richness to the Quranic text. يعطي النص القرآني غنى في المعاني. Richness to the Quranic text. Okay, back to Maliki Yawmiddin. Maliki means owner, right? Malik, owner. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the only real or the only owner of the Day of Judgment, Yawmiddin. And the only owner and the real owner for everything, right? Rabbil Alameen. He's Rabbil Alameen, He's the master. What about Maliki? Maliki Yawmiddin, He's the king of the Day of Judgment. He's the ruler. There's a difference between owner and ruler. The president, for example, is the ruler, right? But does he own your company? No. He's the ruler, but he doesn't own your company. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the owner and the ruler of the Day of Judgment, subhanahu wa ta'ala. So don't be afraid. If you are wronged here by some people, by rich people, by rulers, people in Syria and Egypt, if they are oppressed by Sisi and Bashar and these thugs and these criminals and these murderers, don't worry. They have only this time. Sooner or later they will be away. Allah will take the rulership from them. And even if you don't take your right here in this world, in Yawmiddin you will take it. Maliki Yawmiddin. Allah alone subhanahu wa ta'ala is Maliki Yawmiddin. On that day, everyone will die. Even the angel of death will die. حتى ملك الموت سيموت. Then Allah will say, أين الملوك? Where are the kings? Where are the kings who were oppressing people and where are they? No one. Yeah, listen to this beautiful ayah. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Ghafir, يوم هم بارزون لا يخفى على الله منهم شيء لمن الملك اليوم لله الواحد القهار. On the day in which they will all be exposed, or they will all come to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Nothing will be hidden from their deeds. لا يخفى على الله منهم شيء. Nothing, you can hide nothing. Everything will be revealed. لا يخفى على الله منهم شيء. And it will be said, to whom is the kingdom? To whom is the ownership of everything today? To whom is the rule, the ultimate rule? Al-mulk, al-saytara, control. To whom? لمن الملك اليوم? لله الواحد القهار. It's only to Allah who has overcome all people by death. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. قهرهم بالموت. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, Maliki Yawmiddin. Allah is Malik and Malik, and He is Malik al-Mulk. He is the owner of rule. قُلِ اللَّهُمَّ مَالِكَ الْمُلْكِ تُؤْتِي الْمُلْكَ مَنْ تَشَاءُ وَتَنْزِعُ الْمُلْكَ مِمَّنْ تَشَاءُ. Allah is the owner of rule, the owner of al-mulk, subhanahu wa ta'ala. He gives rule and kingdomship or control to whom He wills, and He takes it from whom He wills. وَتُعِزُّ مَن تَشَاءُ. He honors whom He wills. وَتُذِلُّ مَن تَشَاءُ. And He humiliates whom He wills. بِيَدِكَ الْخَيْرِ. You have the control of good. إِنَّكَ عَلَى كُلِّ شَيْءٍ قَدِيرٌ. You're able to do everything. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. Maliki Yawmiddin. Maliki Yawmiddin. So He's the owner of the Day of Judgment, means He is alone the one who will start the Day of Judgment. هو وحده سبحانه وتعالى من يملك إقامة يوم القيامة وشؤونه وأموره سبحانه وتعالى. He alone and no one else. And no one knows the time of the Day of Judgment. This is Maliki. Yawmi ad-Din. Yawm, the day. But is it day? It is 50,000 years. Yawm ad-Din 50,000 سنة. So it is not day. It is day that equals 50,000 years. Now there are some planets. For example, in our planet, the day is 24 hours, right? There are some planets, in those planets, the day is 360 days. So it needs 360 days for one day. So the day from one planet to another is different. The day in the Day of Judgment, the Day of Judgment itself is 50,000 years of our days. 50,000 سنة. But for the believer, it will be just like short ركعات. لكنها على المؤمن كالصلاة المكتوبة الخفيفة يؤديها المؤمن. But for the disbelievers, it's very long. Now when you are sitting somewhere and talking to someone and enjoying, how will you feel the time? It will go slowly or quickly?
Fast.
It will go very quickly, right? You sit for 2 hours, 3 hours, you say, oh, I thought we sat for, it's 2 hours now. But when you sit somewhere or with someone who is boring, I hope I'm not of them. So you feel, oh, it's 5 minutes, and you feel it's an hour. Oh, it's too long, ya akhi, he took too long. So it depends how you feel. So the time is relative. For the disbelievers, it will be very long. For the believers, it will be very easy. Subhanallah. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make it easy for us. Maliki Yawmiddin. So, Yawm, this Day of Judgment is 50,000 years, but it will be easy for the believers. And let's finish with at least this word, ad-Din. What does ad-Din mean? Ad-Din is al-Islam. Very good. But does this, in this ayah, means the day of religion, the day of Islam? No.
Judgment.
What does it mean, judgment? دانه or دنته بفعله دينا ودنته بفعله دينا أي جزيته. فالديان والدين، إذا الدين هو الجزاء recompense or judgment, recompense, the day of recompense. And this is why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in another surah, in Surah An-Nur, يومئذ يوفيهم الله دينهم الحق. دينهم جزاءهم, the recompense. Another ayah, Surah Al-Dhariyat, إنما توعدون لصادق. Surely what you have been promised is truthful. وإن الدين لواقع. What does that mean? Deen, religion? No. Deen, وإن الدين لواقع. الجزاء, recompense, judgment will definitely take place. إنما توعدون لصادق وإن الدين لواقع. The other ayah, يومئذ يوفيهم الله يوفيهم الله دينهم الحق. So مالك يوم الدين, we finish with this. What can we take from this? Every day 17 times you are saying مالك يوم الدين. You remind, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants you to remind the hereafter every day. 17 times at least. Remember, مالك يوم الدين, there is a day of judgment. If you have authority and power, do not oppress people. There is a day of judgment. There is a day of judgment. Remember, مالك يوم الدين, do not wrong others. لا تظلم الآخرين, لا تتكبر على الآخرين, لا تتسلط على الآخرين, فهناك يوم الدين. مالك يوم الدين. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala forgive us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from us and give relief to all brothers and sisters who are suffering everywhere. وصلى الله على سيدنا وحبيبنا محمد وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. We continue inshallah tomorrow with one more ayah, and we hope to finish الفاتحة inshallah by tomorrow. So جزاكم الله خيرا. صلى الله على سيدنا محمد والحمد لله رب العالمين.